Dr. Zakir, you said there isn't any mistake in Quran. I see more than 20 mistake in Arabic grammar, and I will tell you some of them. إن الذين آمنوا والذين هادوا والصابئون. He said in Baqarah and Hajj, إن الذين آمنوا والذين هادوا والصابئين. Which is right? الصابئون or الصابئين? Number one. Number two.
Brother, one question at a time.
Yeah,
please.
but at the same thing, he said in Surah Taha 63, إن هذان لساحران. Mistake. إن هذين لساحران. Can you explain that? And there is more than that mistakes.
Brother will allow you only the first part of the question. The second part will not allow because we have stated we'll allow one question at a time so others get a chance to.
Okay.
The brother has asked a very good question. I would like to be more concordant and agreeing. He has mentioned all 20 grammatical points. And the book is referring to Abdul Fadi. Abdul Fadi, correct? Is the Quran infallible? I can see some things. Yeah. Alhamdulillah, my side is good. I will answer all 20 together. Because I've read the book. I'll answer all 20, inshallah. Inshallah. Point number one, brother. Point number one. Point number one to be noted that all Arabic grammar is taken from the Quran. Quran was the highest Arabic book. A book which has the maximum level of highest literature. All the Arabic grammar has been derived from the Quran. Quran is the textbook of grammar. Since Quran is the textbook of grammar and all the grammar is derived from the Quran can never have a mistake. Point number one. Point number two. Point number two. Point number two. It is like, taking a ruler and the ruler is there, has a measurement, and you're saying the measurement is wrong. It sounds illogical. Point number two. In the different tribes of Arabia, and Arabic, and Dr. William Campbell also will agree with me, in different Arabic tribes, the grammar keeps on changing. In some Arabic tribe, the word is feminine, the same word is even masculine in the other tribes of Arabia. In different tribes, the grammar keeps on changing. Even the gender keeps on changing. So will you check Quran with that faulty grammar? No. And furthermore, the eloquence of Quran is so high. It's so high, it is far superior. And there are various books on the internet. You go 12 grammatical mistake, 21 grammatical mistake, Abdul Fadi 20 grammatical mistake. Do you think the Christian people took out these mistakes? Who took out these mistakes? Do you know who took out? The Muslims. The Muslim scholars like Zamakhshari, what they did, that the Quran grammar is so high that it goes against the conventional use of the Arabic. The Quran grammar is so high. To prove the Quranic grammar was high, they gave examples. And I'll give you a couple of examples which will answer all his 20 questions. They give the example, like we read in the Quran, it says that the people of Lut, alayhi salam, they rejected all the messengers. They rejected the messenger that's mentioned. Dr. William Campbell said, the people of Noah, they rejected the messengers. We know from history that there was only one messenger sent to them. So it has a grammatical mistake. Quran should have said, the people rejected the messenger, not messengers. I agree with you. With layman grammar like how you and I know, it may be a mistake. But if you read the books written by Arabs, what is the beauty of the Quran? The beauty of the Quran is, why does the Quran refer messengers instead of messenger? You know why? Because we know that the basic message of all the messengers was same, that there is one God, about Tawheed, about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. By mentioning the people of Lut alayhi salam, the people of Noah rejected the messenger. It says by rejecting Lut alayhi salam, they are indirectly rejecting all the messengers. See the beauty, see the eloquence, alhamdulillah. You may think it's a mistake. It's not a mistake. Similarly, people like Anur Suraj says that Quran says, kun fayakun, be and it is. It should be kun fakana, be and it was. Agreed, past tense is kun fakana in Arabic. It's not kun fayakun. But the kun fayakun is more superior. It says Allah, it was, it is, and can do. Past, present, and future.
Thank you, Dr. Naik.
Yes, sister.
My name's Caroline. I'm a journalist. I've got a two-part question here. Does Islam propagate acts of forgiveness? Yes or no? Does Islam propagate acts of forgiveness?
To ask the question, does Islam propagate acts of forgiveness? Of course, yes. And every chapter, every surah of the glorious Quran begins with the formula Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful.
So why does it...
Yes, sister. Second part of the question.
And the second part of the question is, why does it
Yes,
permit? Why does Islam permit honor killings?
Honor killing.
Yes.
What do you mean by honor killing?
Honor killing, the right to avenge your brother's blood in the name of Allah. It might be out of context, but I just need to know if there's an answer to this.
If I get you mean honor killing means if someone kills any human being to take revenge.
Yes.
That's what you mean.
Yes, because I've read a few books, and a lot of the times people have said that they are allowed to kill their brother or to kill somebody else because their brother has been killed by another human being.
This was also a good question. That if Islam propagates act of forgiveness, why does it permit honor killing?
Yes.
Why does it permit? That's a very good question. Sister, if you analyze this mention in the Quran in Surah Baqarah chapter number 2 verse number 178, the had penalty, the punishment of death on the basis of qisas. And Allah also says in the Quran in Surah Maida chapter number 5 verse number 32, if anyone kills any other human being, whether it be Muslim or non-Muslim, unless it be for murder or for creating mischief in the land, it is as though he has killed the whole of humanity. So as a general rule, if any human being kills any other human being, it is as though he has killed the whole of humanity, except under two circumstances. Unless it is for murder or for creating mischief in the land. Now, there are two exceptions where Islam gives permission where you can kill any other human being. Number one is, if that person has committed murder, which comes in your scope of question, honor killing. Number two is if he is creating fasad, corruption in this land. Again, this is not compulsory. If someone kills someone, it's not compulsory he has to be killed. Islam also says that if the relatives of the person who has been killed, if they take blood money, if they forgive the killer, that person who has killed can be forgiven. But under normal circumstances, if he's killed someone and if I want death on that, because for death, again the punishment is death. Like as it's mentioned earlier in the early scriptures, even in the Bible, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. It keeps on continuing. Here what we realize, that suppose I know of a human being who's killing other people, innocent human being. If I don't kill him, he will keep on killing other human beings. So that law is not only in Islam, it's the law of most of the countries. That if homicide is done, if someone has murdered someone, in many countries, he should be put to death or there's life imprisonment. Even in Islam, that if he's killed someone, if required, he can be killed. But the relatives of the person even can forgive the person. If they want. If they want, they can forgive the murderer. But if they want that he should be put to death, then he'll be put to death. And the second case where a person can be killed is if he's causing corruption in the land. For example, if someone is committing rape. Now rape is nothing but causing corruption in the land. So in this case, that person should be put to death. Because the sin is so heinous. It is such a big crime that there is no other punishment but death penalty. And I have asked this to many non-Muslims, that God forbid, if someone rapes your mother, and if you are made the judge, and if the rapist is brought in front of you, what punishment will you give him? And 100% of the non-Muslims, they told me that we will put him to death. Some went to the extreme of saying we will torture him to death. So why these double standards? You know, in America, which happens to be one of the most advanced countries in the world, according to the FBI statistics, in 1990, every day on average, 1,756 cases of rape took place. According to 1996 statistics, US Department of Justice, every day 2,713 cases of rape took place. 1990, 1,756. 1996, 2,713. Maybe the Americans got more bold. That means every 32 seconds, one rape is taking place in America. We are here in this auditorium for the past about 3 hours. Already more than 300 rapes may have taken place in America. So Islam has a system of hijab which I mentioned in my talk. That when a man looks at a woman, he should lower the gaze. The woman should follow the Islamic hijab, which I mentioned earlier. After that, if any man commits rape, he gets capital punishment. Even the American law says that 7 years rigorous imprisonment for a rapist, but most of the times he's let free. So when you ask even a non-Muslim, what punishment will you give? 100% say it will put him to death. There was one American who was a smart aleck. In America, he told me, Brother Zakir, first I will give him 5 years rigorous imprisonment. I told him, do you know, according to the Statutes of America, out of those that commit rape, after they imprison and after they're let free, more than 95% commit rape again. So if you want your daughter and your mother to be raped again, you're most welcome. I don't want that. So he said, if that's the case, in the first time itself, put him to death. So in such cases, where there's corruption of land like rape, etc., Islam gives permission, death penalty can even be given for that case. Hope that answers the question, sister.